Hi, Dota. How are you?
Hi, Twyla. I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I had somewhat of a busy day today for a Tuesday. I went to class in the morning, and as I was mentioning, I woke up kind of late, and then I had to very carefully walk on the ice and not fall and then make it to class, but I did make it. And then I had another Zoom meeting to talk to some of my group mates for my epidemiology in mental health class. So we were planning on a presentation, and then here we are.
Oh, great. For me, it was a holiday. Uh, yeah, I woke up late and had a cup of tea, and then, I went for breakfast, and then, yeah, I did something at home, and then I went out to pick up something, and then had my lunch, and then at 4, I had a meeting in Zoom. And then after that, just waiting for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry I forgot to send the Zoom meeting. I thought I did, and then I apparently didn't. So I'm glad you called me.
Yeah, that's
But
okay.
anyway, I'm glad the time difference is okay for us
Yeah.
to have this call. Anyway, so people might be wondering why we're here, what we're doing, what we're up to. So maybe I'll talk about that a little bit. He's my father, if you don't know, and in Assamese, a lot of us call our fathers Deota, so you'll hear me saying that a lot. And yeah, I'm close to my father, and we talk on a regular basis, and we have really interesting conversations. And I thought since both of us are from different generations with, different experiences and in different chapters of our lives, it might be interesting to see how this goes if we were to have these conversations about things that interest us. And some people might be able to relate to this. So
Mhm.
that's what we're trying, and we're going to try to post on a regular basis as well. So we'll see how that goes. And I am currently in Finland. What about you, Dota? Where are you located right now?
Um, right now I'm in Tezpur.
Hmm.
This is about 100 and say about nearly 180 kilometers from Guwahati.
Yeah,
Guwahati is the capital city of Assam,
yeah,
and I've been here for an assignment here.
yeah. Well, Dispur is the capital, but it's in Guwahati, so you're right.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
correct.
just teasing you. But yeah, so I guess since, we're in different parts of the world, maybe we could start by talking about, when you had left in your 20s to go to Africa for work purposes. What was that like for you?
Then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was like those days, you know what? It was so different, and the communications were like it was very, very different kind, and telephone connections were not that good, and forget about internet.
Yeah.
And there's something called telex, okay? Telex is something that you can communicate to other people around the globe, and then that was the one thing that I was using to communicate. Uh, and then
Is it like a
phone,
telegram or what?
it is kind of like telegraph, but then you can write more um, on telex.
Hmm.
Now that was one thing that we were using those days, initial days. When I was leaving. So I graduated, and then I was actually, I was trained to become an aircraft engineer.
Yeah.
And then I thought maybe, I'll explore. And that's how those days, I was wondering where to go and things like that. And there was an opening there in northern part of Africa.
Yeah.
I was kind of like on job training,
Yeah.
and then I was in Ethiopian Airlines, and that is used to be a very, very fine airlines, those days.
Yeah.
So I was there, and then as I told you, it's communication was very difficult, and I mean these days you all will not even imagine like how difficult it was those days, to communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I cannot imagine because I cannot imagine not being able to call my friends or family on a regular basis. And but I guess back in the day that was normal. Um, but this was in the
Mhm.
70s or 80s or
No, it was late 80s.
oh, okay.
Late 80s. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
interesting.
Even,
Oh, can I tell you?
even,
Hmm.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
People will find this out about me that my brain work goes everywhere. Remember, I bought this yogurt which has like mango, avocado, and orange.
Mhm.
That was really good. So I
Oh,
really
really?
enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was really
Okay.
good.
I was asking you yesterday about that.
Yeah, no, I had it and
Yeah.
it was really good. I'll also tell you one more thing before we move on to your experiences. So, as you know, I'm learning Finnish and orange. So this yogurt has orange, right? Orange, like the color orange. In Finnish,
Yeah.
also, please excuse my pronunciation, is oranssi, but the
Oh, really?
fruit orange is appelsini.
Oh,
But
okay.
the fruit apple is omena.
All right.
So you can imagine what fun I'm having here learning Finnish. But it
All
is.
right. This is interesting. Yeah.
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 Anyway, please continue.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like I went there and then I was there. Um, those days, like, okay, phone call is like luxury. You have to really get into that, and then if you have to call, you have to really. It was so hard, and that too, the place like Assam those days was what do I say? Like telephone communication was real bad. In any case, it was very difficult. But then major communication was through letters,
Hmm.
hard copies. Like it used to take about 15 days to reach home. Yeah, so it was kind of like so different those days. I mean, when you're talking, I'm recalling those days.
Yeah.
So it was very, very different. These days, people will not be able to relate because they haven't, they cannot imagine without internet, these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
So forget about internet. There was
Yeah.
hardly any computers there those
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess, the saying, right? No news is good news comes from back in the day when you wouldn't hear
Oh,
anything,
yeah.
which would usually mean that I hope
Yeah. Yeah.
everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, anyway, so then, like, I remember when, I've had to apply for a lot of visas, residence permits, this and that, sending information, and all of them, I would do it online with my computer from home, even applying
Mm-hmm.
to university. But then,
Right.
if you didn't have internet, would you like post your documents?
No, I mean, yeah, but then we used to use there's something called telex,
Oh, yeah,
and we used to
yeah,
do that. Yeah, so telex was something that we used to use very frequently. That was one way of communicating, okay? And the rest is like post. You post your documents and it comes back and wait, and all
yeah,
that stuff. Yeah.
yeah. It'll be fun to see if anybody watching this knows what telex actually is or has any experience using it. If at all,
Yeah.
it'll be fun to find that out. Yeah,
And
so
on top of that, overseas,
yeah,
it was really, I mean, so difficult, I'm telling you. And
yeah,
you have to scream and shout a lot when you talk on the phone.
that's funny.
Oh yeah,
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 yeah. I guess that's
and
why. some older people still do that nowadays on the phone. It's funny. Like I have to tell them like I can hear you fine, you know. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I cannot relate, unfortunately, because yeah, even this time around when I was applying to university, even in the applications, if there were any questions, we would have group chats already even before coming to the
Mhm,
university. So,
mhm,
you could just send a text and be like,
mhm.
"Hey, what did you write for this thing? What number do I put here? What address do I
Yeah,
put there?" So, it does yeah, it does make life really easy.
yeah.
So, yeah. Was there any, if I were to ask you for any like highlights or something memorable of that whole journey or that chapter of your life, is there anything that comes to mind? I know it's been a long time, so
Are you talking about the journey from first journey from here to there, or what?
sure, I mean, whatever comes to you, honestly, like you can talk about that or your whole application process or your first time going there or the time you were there. How long were you there, by the way? I don't think I know that.
Yeah, I was there for 2.5 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing is, you know what, like applying for visa and all that were all, initially, you have to send your documents and then it comes back to you and then they'll set a date for interview and I go there to Delhi, to the embassy or consulate, whatever. Those days it was the embassy that I had to go there. And then you get your visa and then you buy your ticket, airline ticket. Okay, it is also very different those days. You have to go to the airline's office, and they look for you. They look for the availability, and then tell you, okay, this is the option. And they, I mean, you didn't have much of options those days. Now, the what I took was Air India, and then that was Delhi, Dubai, and then to Addis Ababa. So it was like, all right, first time applying for everything, first time booking a ticket, international ticket, and then you go down to Delhi, then Delhi, from Delhi to Dubai, and Dubai, like, wow, what is this kind of
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even those days it was kind of like very different, and I mean different than what we're used to here. And then from Dubai, I flew to Addis Ababa,
Yeah.
and I had no idea
Yeah.
that the season is different.
Uh,
Now it was hot
yeah.
and sunny here.
Yeah.
And as soon as I landed there, nobody told me about it. It was cold. It was raining and it was cold.
Yeah.
And Addis Ababa was something like, those days, those days, they were not even using any fan or any ACs. Forget about ACs, nothing of that sort. So I went out of the aircraft and when I was there in the airport and I was started shivering. I was feeling so cold. Nobody told me
Yeah.
it used to be cold.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I didn't even take warm clothes along with me because nobody suggested that.
Yeah.
So the first thing I felt was wow, I mean, it's so cold here.
Yeah.
And then somehow I got hold of some kind of warm clothes, and I started feeling okay.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing that I experienced those days, because of the less communication, I mean, you hardly have any informations of
Yeah.
that sort.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all the people who did international travel back in the 70s or 80s, I guess, really hats off to them, right? Because especially
Mhm.
for people who don't have any connections to where they're going, and I would say like that's really, really takes a lot of courage to take these steps and make these life decisions. So,
Yeah,
yeah, there's
yeah.
something to be said about that. So, if I were to ask you about like a life lesson, if you will, of the whole process and the journey and your time being there for the first time out of your home country, not even your home state, like your home country. So, what would you say is something that you learned or something that you've held on to, if that makes sense?
Yeah, first of all, it is Africa, and the language, was it is so different,
Yeah.
and it was kind of like, totally a different culture altogether. The food habit is so different in that place,
Yeah.
um, and it is no way, you can relate to those kind of food. Uh, you know, there's one food item, they use to eat as the main course, that
Yeah.
is called injera.
I knew you were going to say
Injera,
that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I know. I mean, like,
Yeah.
that is it's something. It's so different. The taste is so different, and you have to adopt the taste of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you cannot eat because we eat with different flavors, and they have a very a strong kind of a thing. Well, later on, I got used to that, but then in the beginning, it was so different for me.
Yeah.
So first 3, 4 days, 5 days, maybe one week, 2 weeks or something, the food was so different.
Yeah.
Well, I had to get used to it.
Yeah.
But then there were something that which were very, very tasty, and then that's how I managed to have it.
Yeah.
And also you have this McDonald's and all that stuff you
Yeah.
have. I mean, you can have those burgers or maybe pizzas
Yeah.
or something like that. So initially I had trouble, but then I
Yeah.
got used to that,
Yeah.
and totally different culture.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it took me a little while
Yeah.
to get used to that
Yeah.
kind of culture. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but perhaps back in the day, like now when there's intercultural exchange, you usually have orientation, right? Where you're given sort
Mhm.
of like a
Yeah.
layout of what it's like in the particular culture you're moving to, what are certain expectations, do's and don'ts. But I'm guessing
Mhm.
maybe back in the day it wasn't the case where you have to figure it out on your own or learn things the hard way, if you will.
Absolutely correct,
Yeah.
because there are hardly any informations available.
Yeah.
And only thing you can get information was the books, or
Yeah.
maybe travel guides or something like.
Yeah.
And that too were not enough.
Yeah.
Those were not enough for someone to go to such a different culture,
Yeah.
and it was difficult. But then those days, people used to that. They
Yeah.
get used to after arrival. They you get used to that. Oh, okay, this is the thing. This is how you should be there. All
Yeah.
sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had a couple of friends who really helped me out, knowing the culture a little bit,
Yeah.
and also, like, there's one guy who really, he's an Ethiopian, by the way. So
Mm-hmm.
he was very, very friendly with me, and
Yeah.
he guided me a lot.
Yeah.
Very nice guy, okay?
Yeah.
So it was really, really nice of him, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, I can definitely relate. Like some people play such important parts of our lives just with these relationships that we have, even though they may be temporary, but they kind of take us in and help us, show us around. Actually, one of my friends who does a lot of hiking and climbing, and there's this book by Lisa Miller, The Awakened Brain, where there's this term called trail angels. So even in hiking, which I don't do, but my friend does, she mentions there are people who will leave certain things out, like fruits or waters and things like that, for hikers. So if you are low on stock, and as you know, you cannot carry a lot of things on you, right, when you're hiking because you want your bag to be lightweight. So they will leave them
Hmm.
out for other people.
Hmm.
So I think they're called trail angels, and yeah, I definitely have them, a lot of them in my lives, and I'm sure you do too. So yeah, it's really special. And speaking of food, also for a lot of us Indians, I don't know if you're that big on food, but I definitely am. So a lot of us Indians, we say like food is our love language. So I know even though you mentioned it took you a long time to sort of adapt to their food palette, but the whole
Mhm.
time I've known you and every time you speak about your time in Africa, you would always mention injera. And I know when you were in Boston a couple of years ago, we were going to go to a place and then things didn't pan out because we just had so many things to do and we couldn't fit that in.
That reminds me, in Chicago, we were looking for one restaurant, but then, finally we couldn't make it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
So,
but the good news is that I found out there's an Ethiopian restaurant in Helsinki. So,
oh, really?
yeah, so if you visit me, we'll go check it out together.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure, why not?
if and when you visit me. But there was
Yeah, I
also a
love.
fish, right? There was also a type of fish that you really liked that was found in the Nile or something.
Oh, yeah, and they call it Blue Nile perch.
Mm.
Okay. Oh my goodness, that was something really tasty. I've never tasted for fish something like that.
How
I
would
really
they
enjoyed
make
it.
it?
It was like, make it what? The dish or what?
Yeah,
What are
yeah,
you
yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
not how
okay.
they would make the fish. I don't know about that, but yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Um, those days, they used to get only on Fridays. And
Mm.
um, okay, the one taste that I got was the fillet. They fry it and with spinach and all that, along with it.
Mm.
So it was a fish fillet. Oh my goodness, what do I say? That's the taste of heaven.
Yeah.
It was really good, really good.
Wow.
I'll never forget that taste.
What it like is it because I don't know what that tastes like. So like is there any fish I would know even though I don't really like fish, unlike you. So what like w is it similar to anything I would
Um,
know?
I don't think I have tasted any fish like that. That's a really unique kind of a taste.
Mm.
I tried once in where was it? It was somewhere in the U.S.
Was it Ohio?
Uh,
I don't remember.
yeah, Ohio. Yeah,
Putin
yeah,
Bay, right? Putin Bay?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. There we got one perch. It's not the same as what I used to have there.
Yeah.
The taste is very different there in the U.S. What we
Yeah.
got.
I mean, it was probably so much more fresh when you had like when you had it back in Africa, so close to the source, right? And
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
wonder like if it still exists or with like over,
yeah,
like
yeah.
how sustainable practices are used and things like that. I don't know.
Exactly,
I wonder.
exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, I know I asked you a lot of questions in the last 20 minutes. I mean, do you have anything for me? Do you have any questions about my
Well,
travels?
I don't know.
But
I don't know how much time we have right now.
yeah, I
Um,
mean, we're about like 23 minutes in.
okay, all right. Now, next time when we meet,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about see the experience that you had after you passed class 12,
Yeah.
right? You went out to US for
Yeah.
studies and all that. And like, see, as I told you, when I went out, it was
Yeah.
a different experience. And
Yeah.
when you left India
Yeah.
to US, and I mean, like, the experience was different, right?
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that, and see, like, how different it was, like,
Yeah.
then and now.
Yeah. I wonder, that'll be an interesting conversation because I wonder if we're going to be able to find any similarities, any common ground, except for the nerves that come up when you travel or the anxiety or making sure your bags are
Yeah,
not over 23
Yeah, I know.
kilograms or what have you. That always stresses me out, as you know. But
Another thing is like, for you, um, the trip to US, first trip to US for studies, I
yeah,
mean, probably you didn't have a culture shock because you have
yeah,
been going there
yeah,
since you were two.
yeah,
So, but other than that,
yeah,
like what,
it's
when
true.
you went there for studies, like
Yeah,
how you felt and how, what kind of like experience that you had. So we'll talk about that and find out like, okay,
yeah,
is there any similarities or
yeah,
is there, it's way different
yeah,
then and now? Yeah, we'll talk about that
yeah,
and see how it goes. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I've been very, very privileged to be able to travel from such a young age. So definitely always
Mhm.
grateful for that. And I'm
Mhm.
sure you will know a lot of the things I'm going to say next week, but just pretend like you're listening to it for the first time or something because the people watching wouldn't know.
Yeah, yeah,
So, yeah.
definitely.
So I
Yeah.
guess as we wrap this up, it's been wonderful to talk to you. I don't want to make this too formal. And yeah, so people watching, these are some of the things you can expect coming from us, from a father-daughter duo, as you will. Also, a fun fact about us is that our birthdays are 2 weeks apart, so we share the same um, star sign, sun sign, or star. No, I think it's sun. So
Whatever you call it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, you're not that much into it, but I am kind of more into it than you are, and you can guess what we are. We might reveal it at some time, but people can guess what
Yeah.
energy we give off, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, it's nice talking to you, Joanna.
Always, always good talking to you. I will call you
Yeah.
after we stop this.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.